Hold on. Here we go. All right, welcome to another edition of Interruptions. Today we got a friend of mine, a legend in the entertainment business. You know him as Louie, Ski Carr, Big Cutty, one of the original and one, in my opinion, one of the favorite, best Soul Train dancers of all time. Now you can find him playing a drug lord on Carl Weber's family business. My man, the legend, my friend, Big Louie Ski Carr, aka Cutty. What's going on, man?
Woo! Look, I got that Colt 45 from Market in Manchester, the old school. My pops' birthday today, August 13th, baby.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
ticky tick. I love you. Hey, but appreciate what you just said, man. But look what you got in the back. Woo! You
Oh
got that
yeah.
back with the airboard. Woo!
Hey, I
Big
appreciate
old, that's
you
what you're
blessing
sticking.
us with your presence today. I'm glad to have you on. You was always my favorite Soul Train dancer, yourself and Rosie Perez. So it's a pleasure and an honor to have you on.
No problem, Big O. No problem. Look, you it's cool for you, even greater for me because what you talking about, you know the energy of it. You lived it. You grew up with it just like me. But I
Yeah,
was in England watching it, and you was in your city. The Soul Train, it's legendary, man. It brought so many lives together, man. And by you reaching out and it always is such a blessing for me to tell about my experience and my time on there and what it was like and how Cheryl with the long hair, how cool she was, and see
yeah.
live dancers perform from New Edition to Al Green to Luther Vandross. It was so faithful. And the birth of hip hop in the 80s, LL Cool J.
Yeah,
Woo!
you came in an era where it was first it was just R&B, right? Just the R&B records. Then it moved into hip hop and pop culture. So you kind of saw the evolution of music as well as the evolution of Soul Train as well.
Not just not just that, I was able to like just live and experience in that moment. Can you imagine? Look, we came from all over the city one weekend out of the month to go dance on Soul Train. More importantly, to see the artists. You talking about culture and just the whole revolution of hip hop. I'm telling you, back in the 80s when me and my cats, my cutties, we was all dancers on there. You got Radio, Money Wells, Danny Boy, Tom Tom. We were all there so faithful and the Soul Brothers to witness LL Cool J on stage for the first
Oh
time.
yeah, rocking the bells.
Whew, rock the bells. We was in the audience like, and we had a real radio. We was like,
Yeah,
oh, Jay, what? I can't live without my radio
I
to
can't live
run
without her.
C, Rock Him, Eric B,
Oh
Nice
man,
and
and then you know
Smooth.
what was crazy? Before I get into my first question, what was crazy? Remember, Rakim had the line that said like I was on Soul Train, and he hadn't even got on Soul Train yet.
And listen, by then when he performed that in front of us at Soul Train live, I was already in the air. My cutties, they was raising me up to the lords. Cause I was like Rock Him, and we was like, woo, faithful.
That was
Because
that was
that's like
amazing, amazing times, man. So we gonna go down memory lane and come up to the current present. How did you how does one or how did you uh get on Soul Train? What was that like? Because from watching home, we never knew how people got on Soul Train.
for me, it, it's so easy to tell this story because it's the truth. I was a
Mm-hmm.
fan way before I was a Soul Train dancer. You
Mm-hmm.
talking about some of the coolest style, grooving, partying, boogieing people of the 70s dancing on Soul Train. You
Okay.
know how I'm probably a little older than you, but just watching them and just watching that energy out there, man, to the music. Jennifer Lopez, she just said last night, championship of World on Dance. It's the magic of dancing to the music. So everybody that was in there, all of our Soul Train dancers, we was able to absorb the culture and the Beast Boys and just all that music when Janet was young. Me and my boys, we was front row when Janet was singing.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, nasty boy. We was like, nasty boy, what? Girl, you better come here. You better come here, young Janet. But the experience for me, man, after being a fan, my roommate, George Chambers, rest his soul, his girl danced on there. She was a beautiful girl, but she couldn't get me in. You know. Then my boy Money Wells, he danced in there in the 70s, right? So he tried to get me in a couple times, but he couldn't. And this is the truth. I was just telling somebody last week, 2 tapings I couldn't get in. I went back to Inglewood, playing ball at Rogers Park with the Cuttys. And they was like, man, it's time you go back, just like wear a white tux or something. I was like, what? I went down to Market in Manchester and got me a cold-blooded white tux with some white Stacey Adam biscuits and taps. Just stood there with the cold finger for like 5 hours. And finally he was like, man, come on in here. What? I went to the center of the stage. Now I'm waving at Inglewood. That's my Inglewood finger. I'm waving. Hey, I'm here. I'm here. Next thing you know, the dude comes to me after the song and says, his name is Chuck Johnson. He says, man, Don wants you to dance on the center stage. I was like, what took you so long?
Okay.
I went up there and me and the Soul Brothers and just all the Cutty Macks, we just took over the 80s, baby. We took it over. It was all love.
Well, yeah, we know you took it over because, like I said, man, it was. Have you ever noticed that in the 80s it was when the TV show Fame was on, right? And and then you had Soul Train. So it was like on Fame, if you didn't see Leroy dance, and if you watch Soul Train and you can't find Cutty, it's like it wasn't no show.
They can't miss me. I'm like 6'5", black and Mexican, right there in the center. Not even dancing. I know I wasn't a trained dancer, but I had that spirit. God bless me with the
No. You brought that
spirit.
You brought that sauce, that flavor, because we were all sitting at home like, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? Or better yet, what does he have on? You know, so and that was the beautiful part about Soul Train. It wasn't just the dance, it's like, what is it that, because think about what you said. You said they told you put a white tux on.
Yeah.
The average fan sitting at home, if we were trying to get on Soul Train, we wouldn't have thought to put a tux on. So you made sure that you put something on to get recognized. Then when you got out there, you did your thing, and then you said what? Don said, hey, they said Don wants you on the center stage.
Yeah. I was keen when I said what took you so long. I was faithful. I was like, yes. Now I'm up there with the legends. You got, like I said, the Chinese lady with the long hair. You got T-Pain over there. You got Crystal. You got Yvette, and you got all these legendary Soul Train dancers, which I was a fan of. Now I'm on stage with them, and you got to dance with a partner. I think my partner's name was Aretha or Flowers. Beautiful ladies, but I was a young buck and I was ready. Just energy. I was just trying to do something with it. So they put a song on it. I'm running all over the stage. Then I whispered to the girl. I was like, the honey dip. Hey, tell me when that camera's on, because I'm about to freaking with a kick. And then the other side. Look, the cameraman was like, true, we was cool. They was like, man, I'm trying to catch up with you. I was like, listen, baby, just stay faithful, baby. It's in your shoulders. You got your camera.
Hey, man, when you did the 1-2 step and then you kicked your leg out, oh man, that was the move right there when you kicked the leg out. Because it seemed like when you did that, everybody knew, like, okay, Cutty taking over now. Cutty taking over.
It's like Big Otis, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like Soul Train has literally, seriously, through the God's blessing, to just like a platform, like a vehicle to show my talent and to show my heart and my passion. Being Black and Mexican from Inglewood, I'm growing up listening to Al Green live. My daddy, rest his soul, Black Al Green, right? And
Gotcha.
my mom like coming in with the mariachi music and the
Okay.
salsa and the Hector Lavoe. I'm like, that's my culture. That's what I brought to Soul Train. Just all that, and just the watching Michael Jackson, how he did it, James Brown, how he did it,
Right.
Elvis with the legs, how he did it. That
Right.
was all my era. So I just came with all of that. And then once I'm at New Edition, let me just take a second and pray to these Cuttys. New Edition changed my life.
And
Soul
that,
Train gave me life. The New Edition, they changed my life, literally. Not to cut you off. From them being fans in Boston,
mhm.
15, 16 years old, Bobby Brown, Ricky Bell, my faithful best man in my wedding, Ron DeVoe, Mike Bivens, and Rizzy Mo. Look, if I had a speaker right here, I'd lean on it, because when I'm on tour with them as a
Right.
Soul Train legendary Cutty Mack friend. So I'm watching him from the side of the stage. Rizzy Mo, when he's hitting him with and then he comes and just leans on the speaker. I
Mhm.
was like, oh my God, that's the speaker lead. See, that just goes back just to the soul that we had. The Cuttys on Soul Train, me and New Edition growing up, and that whole era, they changed my life. I love them. I love them. Don't forget Biv 10.
Oh, Bill
He
10. Oh yeah. Listen.
had a theme.
I was the seventh. I was the seventh member of New Edition. They just didn't know it. Well,
You're
what
right,
was
big.
crazy? You segue into my next question. What I was going to ask you: how did that chemistry? How did that come about with uh the love New Edition had for you, even asking you to come up on stage and all that? How did that come about?
The Lords were like, man, look, when y'all go to the train, that cat y'all been checking out from Boston, from Orchard Park. I want you to go and introduce yourself to that cat. He's gonna be a part of your life. He might be a crazy dancer, but look at his style. Take something from it. Put it with your legendary, now Hall of Fame, Walk of Fame, New Edition. So I
Right.
saw him at such an age, and they gave me so much admiration and positivity about my style. It just
Gotcha.
made me really look at it like in the third eye, saying, man, if I can affect them and make them love and have the love to introduce themselves to me, it's such a rich part of my history as an entertainer, as a friend, and as a man with what I owe to New Edition and the experience that I have for them. So they were fans of my style from Boston. They came on, they saw me, excuse me, this Honey Dip, she was like, hey, these young cats over there called New Edition, they want to meet you. I was with like 7 Cutties and about 3 Honey Dips. I was about to do the line, but my mink, I had such a cold mink that I just leaned to the right and I was like, where they at?
Okay.
Holla at New Edition. Boom, boom, boom. They was all sitting in a chair and they was pointing at me. I felt like I was Michael Jackson. They was like, yo, there's George. You know, they got the accent. They
Yeah.
called me George. Back at George Chambers, they was like, yo, he's got his George on, which they called my suit. They named everything George because they didn't know my name, right?
Okay.
So he's got his George suit on. And my buddies was like, yo, who is George? That's
Everybody's
Cutty
trying to
Mack.
figure out who is George.
Next thing you know, man, Bobby, I think Bobby, or excuse me, maybe Ricky or all of them was like, man, we love your style. We said if we ever came on Soul Trade, we want you to come on stage with us. I was like,
Okay.
shh. Like, look, oh, I was like, shh. I don't want Don Security or his assistants to hear this, right?
Right.
I was like, okay, I'll come on stage, but listen, don't tell Don, because he would have shut it down, rest his soul. He would have been like,
Right.
what? No, you got to sign waivers and insurance? Not with the Cutty Mack. No, just give me a Cutty. Bobby's, they candy girl, and Bobby, I could see him busting the moves, but he couldn't wait to have his Cutty come on and just knock it out. Bobby gives me the finger. I come by, I'm hitting some Michael Jackson hops and just some faithful shoulders. I got to jump up to the sign. That's what that
Yeah.
picture is. Just salute the Lord and thank them. And then I came down, pointed at my argals. I had the argals on, and then they did.
I put argyle back in the day.
That was that moment that if I die tomorrow, I'll never forget that moment. That moment to me is so life changing and so historical. Candy Girls and Lusky at a young moment of history and culture. That's why I love being a Soul Train dancer, because I got a chance to meet those guys, man, and all the other dancers, and
What was
just
crazy
so.
is I saw a video. This is what I did not know. But doing my research, I saw a video and you came up on stage again, but it was with Bobby. When Bobby was a solo artist.
Yeah,
And you were kind of like in the front or whatever. He got near towards the end and he had you to come up. You had a black outfit on. And I was like, man, they love Cutty, man. They keep pulling. And but what's amazing about that for you, like you said, normally, Don is gonna shut that down.
yeah, he would shut it down.
But what's crazy is you're the only Soul Train dancer to be able to do that.
Or try something like that.
Oh yeah,
You know,
nobody else gonna try that.
no, because listen, you had Demita Joe. She danced with, I think, Joe Tex.
Mm-hmm.
You had like a lot of and even Cheryl and Niecy and Yvette. They all danced with Marvin Gaye. You know what I mean? So we
Right.
we were able to, as dancers, perform with the entertainers. I think it all goes together, that culture, whether you are a singer, a rapper, or a dancer. It's that world, but everybody loves it and everybody does it. How many Soul Train lines have you seen at parties? They're
Man,
always. I didn't
yeah.
went down about a million of them. I was in El Segundo last week. Like, yo, you gotta move your shoulder a little more. I'm kidding, but the Soul Train line is
So
legendary.
yeah, you see it. You see it in movies. Everybody when they're in movies and they have a party, it's a Soul Train line. So yeah, yeah. How did you after Soul Train and everything? How did you evolve and segue into acting? Because you're one of my favorite characters on the show, Carl Weber's Family Business.
Right. One second, Big O. Cutty, go lay down. I got a black lab. I love
Uh,
him so much. I named him Cutty. He's my boy. So look, when my Cutties come over, they like, yo, Cutty. He's like, ah, and I'm like, bro, yo, go lay down, Cutty. Um, it it goes back to Soul Train to answer your question, which I heard you.
mhm.
It's an extension. This is all an extension from my living room as a kid watching Soul Train, right? To
Okay.
become a Soul Train dancer, to doing maybe 10 good years on Soul Train, and I knew I had this talent, but let me do something else with it. Let me see where I can go in the world with it. If New
Right.
Edition loves it, Frankie Beverly and Mays, they love it. You know what I mean? For these people to come up to me and have an affinity for what I was doing on the train, it said to me, man, you got talent. Do something with it. Pray on it. I went to the beach, prayed. Next thing you know, I'm at El Camino College. Now I'm taking theater classes, right?
Okay.
And this is maybe a year after Soul Train. So
Mm-hmm.
that's was still in me. It just needed another vehicle somewhere to come out.
Right.
Because right as we speak, I'm trying to finish the job that God gave me this talent, and I worked on the talent and cut my teeth in theater and busted my soul every time on Soul Train, because I knew I was put here to do that in my blessing form. Because when I tell my story, when they watch this years from now, they're gonna be like, yo, Cuddy, he's black and Mexican. He came from Inglewood. He saw something, he loved something,
Right.
he did it, and this is where I am. So I said, if I would become an actor, let me study the craft. Let me cut my teeth in theater. Last play I did was Othello. I did Raisin in the Sun, classically trained actor. So I knew once I had that with the spirit that I have, then I could
Right.
take it from Inglewood to Hollywood. You know what I mean?
And you had a good look with that. I saw that you had a great look with Othello. So I saw that.
Othello. There's Othello in all of us. It's just a different a dialogue. You know what I mean? I love Shakespeare. I love Shakespeare. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, Shakespeare has a very, very beautiful language in Shakespeare. So when I saw, I said, "Oh, he played Othello." So knowing when you did that, I said, "Okay, you got to have some acting chops. You got to, because you know most of Shakespeare plays, it's a long monologue that you have. So you got to really bring it. And
Yeah.
so now, if the audience, the people that will see this, I encourage you guys to go see Carl Weber's Family Business. This man is playing a drug lord. Like, I mean, he is bringing it. Y'all gotta see it. You're gonna root for his character. I'm telling you that. So talk to me about the show Carl Weber's Family Business. Your character, and just what you enjoy about being on the show with your castmates.
Appreciate what you just said. Thank you, Big O.
No
Uh,
problem.
to have the blessing and the pleasure to work with such a great writer, Carl Weber,
Mm-hmm.
New York bestsellers, and now he's putting his pen into stories and TV, and Tridestin, and film, and our director, Trey, and our showrunner, ND, and our whole cast and crew, just from black and brown to all colors, as actors, as triple OG actors. We got some of the best actors in the game in this Carl Weber's family, and it is a family business. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I said, well, real quick, I said after Soul Train, after the theater, after doing some TV and film, let's just continue. You ready? You in shape. This character is you. He's Latin. He's a bad guy, but the all the real bad guys, oh, they got a sense of humor. You know what I mean? They ain't
Yeah.
always waking up bad and wanting to kill
Right.
people and this and that. With me, I want to kill them with charm. You know what I mean? I want to kill them with intellect, not just or so. I take my role with Senior Cruise, which is on the Family Business right now on BET Plus. I take it like as a champion. I attack that role as a champion. I get with my master teacher, not Milk Casellas, who was my master teacher.
Okay.
That's one of his paintings right there. Can
All
you
right.
see it?
Yeah, I see it real well.
It's an eye. I bought it because it looks like the eye from Inglewood. So that's why I bought that picture.
I got
Can
you.
you see this? Can you see this on this side?
Yeah, the gold. What was that? What was that? CD?
That's Hootie Mack. Whew, that's one of the most faithful albums BBD put out.
Is that where
It's a
that came from?
Yes, that's me. I got two songs in there. I got Nickelback and I got Hootie Mack and
No, that's
I
what I'm
love
saying.
it.
Hootie Mack. So that okay, I got you. Okay.
I gotta
All right.
go record. You feel me? That's for my mama right here. Bill Biv DeVoe, which is an extension of New Edition, which, like
Correct.
you said, brought me on stage because we're all family, we're all entertainers, and I just love the chance every time I get to get into Senior Cruise. I have a son, on the show. I have two sons that I raised in my life. They came
Right.
into my life, they were 2 and 4, and now they're 16 and 14. And I'm raising them like my daddy, rest my daddy's soul, Icky Tick, raised me as men. So when I'm able to get into the Senior Cruise on Family Business, I got a
Right.
son, and my son is making mistakes, and I got to show him through me, through my passion. Don't do what I do. You know what I mean? Learn from me, but I still got to able to tell the story of Carl Weber's extraordinary penmanship. So we go
Right.
back, I think, in a couple of weeks to shoot some more episodes. But we got some good stuff coming, man. And watch the
This
scenes coming up with. I can't. Hold on. Can I tell? Can I tell? They say I can't tell you about me and J Lo scene. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, J Lo was a dancer too, brother.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
I did a music video. I think it was called Ray of Light, something of light. And true story. This was right between us with Soul Train and barely getting into to college. You know, we had agents where we could, you know, do music videos, and then once you do one music video, somebody else wants you. Me and
Right.
my boy Cutty, heck, we ended up on stage on set with Jennifer Lopez. We was like, yo, that's another moment. So able to work with her and what she does as a Latina actress
Mhm.
just gives me hope to continue to do me. You know what I mean? I would love
Right.
to sit down one day, man, with a cold-blooded writer and just write a movie about my life from Inglewood to Hollywood, or just that whole Cutty Mack experience, and it's still going as we speak.
Well, I tell you, man, you're doing a great job. That's why I said I encourage everybody to watch Carl Weber's Family Business and see your character. It's one of my favorite characters. You pull it off well. I mean, you're doing your thing on it, man. I'm telling you, you're cold with it, man. I'm telling you, I'm a big fan, man. So
Appreciate
I want to make sure I have you on again and have you on with Big Les. Have two legendary dancers and just talk
you.
about having to perform, in the camera, in front of the camera and everything. And so I wanna try to set that round table up for you, and with your schedule and everything. And I most definitely want to have you back. Hey, listen, when you talk to your boy, tell them I'm trying to get a hold of them, man. Listen, I didn't hit up Ronnie, Mike, Ralph, Johnny, Bobby. I didn't hit them all up, man. Bill, hey, tell them, man, they need to come on interruption, man.
Well, hold up, yo, Riz, Mike, Ray, Bobby, Cuddy, man, why you didn't call Cuddy back, man? Okay, they say they working on some new stuff. They gonna get at you, Brody. Faith. All right. I'm messing with you, man.
I know.
They busy cats, man. But once they see this, man, they'll know that they're a part of things that you love, which is a part of our history, which is a part of
Right.
our culture, man. That picture resembles youth. It resembles just the birth of soul, the birth of R&B, and even more the birth of the 80s hip hop. That's legendary. Legendary.
Yeah, it was a legendary time, man. Legendary time. And so I would love to, like I said, I want to do two roundtables, one with you and Big Les, and then based on their schedule and your schedule, I love to do one with you and New Edition, and just
Yeah.
talk about the not only Soul Train, but talk about when you went on tour with them. And man, I know y'all got some stories, man, and some legendary stuff to tell, man. So you know, we want, like I said, we want to make sure we have you back. I don't just call you a guest. We talked off air a couple of times. I call you friend. So I appreciate the opportunity, and tell. Oh, thank you for allowing me to meet your mom. That was real cool. That was real big, man. And we're gonna have you back on. So I want you to stay safe and stay blessed, man. And thank you for being on interruption. And I salute you for what you brought to the culture.
Well, you got to salute, and I appreciate that with your finger. Put your finger up.
The Mac.
That's that. That's it. Ski. That's faithful, buddy. That's faithful. Appreciate that.
Peace out. Love you, man.
Love, Cuddy, love.
Cut it love.
Yeah, probably. You can move it. Uh-huh.
Playoffs come on August 17th.
Yeah.
Yeah, August 17th, the first game.
Hey,
We play the Mavericks.
yeah. You guys got the Mavericks.
But Clippers in 6. 5. Clippers